Fat Coach Lily here, and this is going to be an all body weight lower body shred workout without using any weight, any equipment. We're going to get a very, very intense lower body burn to boost that muscle and build some strength in those legs. So let's get started off with some jumping jacks. As always, you can always modify, right, for non-impact as needed. This will be a non-impact workout today since we are going to be strength focused. But as far as our warm-up goes, let's just get that heart rate up a little bit. Good. And from here, we're going to step side to side with a crisscross over underarm. Kind of like a short stepping skater. I know it's all lower body, so why are we warming up the upper body too? Again, just to get that blood flowing through the full body. Pick up that heart rate a little bit. Good. All right, and we'll kick the butt as we pull down. Try to stay in the balls of your feet. Activate those calves and pull in as we do a high knee march. Really get those knees up as high as you can. Again, just a little mobility, a little cardio, and big hip circles into a squat. Big hip circles into a squat. I realize I'm going down in that squat a little bit faster, so take your time as needed. Build to your depth. If you're not quite there yet, from here, we're gonna drop with one squat, then find a hinge and touch that floor. So one squat with those hands at your chest, one hinge, touch the floor. We're going to use time under tension today. We're going to manipulate our time frames and our range of motion to get as much intensity as we can out of our strength exercises. Okay, let's just step back with some reverse lunges, keeping those shoulders directly over the hips, eyes ahead of you. Let's stay low, knock out a few more. Build up some heat. All right, now staying in a little squat, feet close together. We're gonna step it out on either side. So all my weight staying in this center point. Here for 3, 2, 1, wide stance. Let's drop for a few sumo squats. And we'll shift side to side with a lateral lunge. Good. All right, holding a narrow squat. Let's lift up onto the balls of our feet. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, short rest. Okay, we got 10 seconds. We're gonna do 30 seconds of exercise A, 45 of AB, 60 of ABC, 90 of ABC with a pulse, and then we'll have a rest break, okay? So going into our very first sequence, we're gonna start off with sumo squats. I know that sounds confusing, but you'll get it. So starting off, again, sumo squats. So keeping the shoulders directly over the hips, we're not hinging down. All right, get as low as you comfortably can and maintain a width that's comfortable for you, okay? So I have a pretty big width here. If that's too much and this is wide for you, that is totally okay. All right, so 5 more seconds here, then we're gonna add our second exercise for 3, 2, 1. Let's angle those feet about a 45. We're gonna drop for a lateral lunge after a sumo. So 1 sumo squat, 1 lateral lunge. If you're crafty enough to pivot your feet, right, for each rep, that's fine. If not, just maintain that 45. It will be still safe for the joints. And notice 1 sumo squat, 1 lateral lunge on one side. So as we add in each exercise, we have a little more work time. No rest until we're completely done with the exercise sequence. Here for 3, 2, 1, we're gonna drop with a squat. Drop with a lateral lunge, and then step out to the side, curtsy. Sumo squat, lateral lunge, curtsy. Okay, so let's get right to it. If whatever side you're doing your lateral lunge is going to be the stable side on the curtsy, okay, because that's going to be the working leg, right? So my leg is doing the work on this side for the lateral lunge. So when I do the curtsy, this is the working leg still. So again, time under tension by manipulating our range of motion and the order of our exercises. Squat, lunge, curtsy. Squat, lunge, curtsy. 10 seconds, and then we're gonna pulse at each position 3 times. Let's begin. So 3 sumos. Pulse for 1, 2, 3. 3 lateral lunges this direction, 3, and then 3 curtsies, 1, 2, 3. Other side, 3 sumos, 3 lateral lunge. Again, not the full range of motion, it's a pulse, so little dips. All right, we have a full 90 seconds here. Whoops, jumping ahead. Because we're doing pulses, I want a lot of reps, a lot of rounds. 2, 3, and you can just stay with my timing or count for yourself. So I don't want to count out loud. Don't want to throw you off. So this will be our last build up, and then we have a break. So I know those quads are feeling it right now. 3, we got 30 seconds left. And if this curtsy lunge is too intense for your knees, then you could totally just do a reverse lunge. Woo, 15 seconds. Try to get my last ones in here. Whoops. Back to the lateral. And finish with the curtsy. 2, 3. Get my sumos in. We got 3, 2, 1. Perfect timing and rest. So that was a full sequence. That was 4.5 minutes unbroken, right? Because 30 seconds plus 45, 15. Okay, I'm pretty sure I did my math right. Well, with our rest time, it'll be 4.5 minutes. Anyways, moving on, we have squats. So this one's gonna be a little bit different because we're gonna walk with it. So with our pulses, you'll see when we get there. But we're starting off with squats. Our next one will be a lateral walk. Okay, so you're staying in that squat position still, and then we have monster walks. So here, maybe we'll boost up the monster walk, so I'm staying on the balls of my feet. I'm gonna take an angle so you can see really well. Regular squats, let's go. So full range of motion here. Extend through those hips. Let's try to push a little bit of a pace so we can get in those reps, right? Because remember, our intensity has to be built up through time under tension, right? Or our range of motion, which kind of falls under that category, or our pace. Okay, so we're gonna add in our lateral walk in 3, 2, 1. So I want you to squat down, walk, 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 and stand. Squat, walk to the right, walk to the left, stand. It doesn't matter which direction you start, right? So notice I'm staying low as I walk to the side and walk back. And stand. So belly in. The lower you are, the more challenging it's gonna be. So I was kind of cutting corners there a little bit. You can see a little bit lower there. 5 seconds, then we're adding on our monster walk. Good, now squat. Walk to the side, walk it back, walk it forward, walk it back, and stand. So again, lots of time under tension while we're holding the squat. If you want a little more, I invite you to go onto your toes for the monster. Woo! So remember, we have a minute here. Now, we got about 15 seconds left. Then we're gonna add in pulses. So that means we're gonna add in some little mini squats after each step. So just follow along. I'll start a little bit slower. Just remember, we got 90 seconds. and then you can pick up the pace as you deem fit. So 1, 2, 3 squats. Step it out. 1, 2, 3, pulse. Step it back. 1, 2, 3. Step it in. 1, 2, 3. Step it back. 1, 2, 3. Got it? And stand. So squat for 1, 2, 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3 forward. 1, 2, 3 and back. 1, 2, 3 and stand. That, you should call that the Zoe slide, right? No, just kidding. So 1, 2, 3 squats at center. 3 after you step right. 3 after you step left. 3 after you step forward. And 3 after you step back. Woo! My legs are on fire. We are halfway. 1, 2, 3 to the right. To the left. Take it back now. Yeah, no, just kidding. Take it forward and take it back. All right, 30 seconds, you guys. Let's go about 1 or 2 more rounds. 1, 2, 3 to the right. To the left. Forward. Back. And stand. We got 10 seconds. Get through what you can. To the right. To the left. Step it forward and rest. Oh my God. My quads are locking up. Let's do some just stationary butt kicks. Loosen up those quads. Woo, that was tough, right? Told you. Okay. Next, we're gonna move into, this one might feel a little awkward for you, for some of you, because we're so used for our lunges to be 90 degrees at each knee. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. All right, we're gonna do, I don't wanna call it like a yoga lunge, but it's kind of similar to that stance. Okay, so we're gonna be in a longer stance and only gonna bend the front knee, okay? So this will be our first lunge. So we're gonna step forward and bend the knee. Notice I'm not falling into a bent knee, I'm landing, then bending. So let's begin. So just alternate, but my knee is still not going past my toes. I know it's hard to take this really, really long step right now. Just do your best. And you can come up onto the balls of your feet on the back leg. Just try to keep that leg straight. Don't worry, we're gonna build this up. This will be quad and booty. All right, so next, we're gonna step forward, bend for the front lunge, bend for the back, then switch. Forward for the front, back, and switch. Bend the front, bend the back, switch. So there's gonna be a little bit of a pause again. That's why I said it feels a little awkward, because you kind of want to do them both. Front, back, and switch. So notice when I bend the back one, I bend, I come back a little bit, bend the back one, and then I switch. So front, return, back, return, and step. Front, return, back, return, and step. Adding a hinge now. So forward, back, hinge, step. Forward, back, hinge. I'm gonna go sideways so you can see. Forward, back, hinge. So I'm really breaking this up. Forward, back, hinge. Remember, this is our 60-second interval, and then we have one more with our pulses, so that heat is really going to turn up. We're halfway. Woo! So a lot of quad and a lot of booty work on this one. And switch. Hinge. Oops, I'm sorry. Step. I told you, it's confusing. Good. Okay, now we're ending our process, so follow me. So step forward, pulse forward for 1, 2, 3. Pulse the back leg. 1, 2, 3. Pulse the hinge for 1, 2, and 3. Notice I'm not coming all the way up. So pulse the front one. 1, 2, 3. Pulse the back. 1, 2, 3. Pulse the hinge. 1, 2, and 3. And that one takes a little longer because we have to maintain control. So 1, 2, 3 for the front. You got it. And 3, 4, the hinge. So again, we have a full 90 seconds here. So it gives you lots of time to master. So think when we do our pulses, when we straighten the back leg, right, when we're pulsing that back leg, when we straighten it, the direction we're moving in. Oops, almost jumped the gun. And when you do your hinge, if you don't feel it in the booty, right, you need to keep your spine a little longer and maybe shift your weight to that front leg a little bit more. See how I'm a little taller? And now I hinge. 1, 2, 3. Step it back. 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3 to the front. 3 to the back. 3 for the hinge. And rest. Woo! A little awkward, a little crazy, but my legs are feeling it. Okay, we have one more sequence and we're done. So get ready to rock and roll. This one, pretty simple, okay? 3 moves. We have our single leg deadlift. So just a stagger. You can hinge and bring that leg up, but because we're doing so much, it might be a little too unsteady. So we have our hinge, and then we have a single leg squat. So notice, it's just like my regular squat, except I'm taking a leg away. Okay, so I'm not doing 2 hinges, doing 1 hinge, then we'll add in the squat, and then we'll step all the way back for a reverse lunge. Okay, so the single leg squat and the reverse lunge might confuse you, but you can do this. Let's start just single leg deadlift. We're gonna alternate. I'm gonna keep my hips a little bit tighter. Just kind of maintain a little bit of flexion right now. Just for the sake, again, of a little more time under tension for the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Now we have 1 single leg deadlift, a single leg squat, right? So this back leg's really just there for balance. Single leg deadlift, single leg squat. Notice my back knee, right? It kind of looks wonky, but it's just because it's there. It's just there, right? It's not holding any weight. It's just for balance. So that's where you'll feel the difference between single leg squat and the reverse lunge. Again, I know it looks a little crazy. First time I was doing it, I was like, I don't know. The strict coach in me doesn't like it. Good. All right, now we're gonna add that reverse lunge. So hinge, squat, step back, lunge. See the difference in the shift, right? So when I was in the squat, I was kind of more, all my weight was up here. Now when I do my reverse lunge, it's even. Okay, and switch. So reverse lunge, single leg squat. Oh, I'm sorry, reverse lunge. Single leg deadlift, single leg squat, step back, reverse lunge. So just notice the pattern of my hips to shoulders, right? Shoulders come forward, shoulders still come a little bit forward, shoulders are stacked. Forward for the hinge, of course. A little forward for the squat, stacked for the lunge. It's awkward, I know, right? I know it feels a little awkward, it feels a little crazy. So all right, so into our pulse now, 90 seconds. So 1, 2, 3 for the deadlift. 1, 2, 3 for the squat on that back leg, on that front leg. 1, 2, 3 for the reverse lunge. And again, you should feel even weight distribution for the lunging versus the squat. All the weight's in that squat leg, in that front leg when I'm doing my squat. Sorry, jumbling up my words on you. 3, 2, 1, reverse lunge. 1, 2, 3, and stand. Hinge. Squat. And notice, right, my posture for that squat. There's more depth to the lunge than there is the squat. turn sideways so you can really see the difference. Right, still bring my chest towards my knees for the squat versus the lunge. Everything is stacked. Make sure you're pushing your hips back for that deadlift. And rest. Woo! All right, guys, that is it. Super short, super sweet, super shredded lower body workout. We hit the quads, the calves, the hams, the glutes, everything you need on the lower body. If you enjoy this workout, let's cool it down, Coach Zoe. What are you doing? If you like this workout, please give it a thumbs up. Or make more like this. Sometimes, right, when we don't have weights, it feels like we don't know how to get the same strength aspect in those workouts once we progress a little more. So just hope to give you some new ideas, something that you can put in your back pocket. And subscribe, that way every time I post a new workout, you can join me and we can stay fit together. Let's do some mini lateral lunges. Let's work those hips out a little bit. Good, and butt kicks. Whew. Let me know in the comments section, you guys, if you liked the format of this workout, certain moves, certain groupings, or if there's something in particular you want to see I haven't done yet, or that you want to see again. All right. Otherwise, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Stay strong, stay tough.